Hi guys, my name's Shooter. I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Now I'm just a little down from our third attempt at a purge-proof base up there that I'm hoping to test at some point. But I just wanted to have a chat about some of the stuff again from the most recent community letter, whilst also just testing something I missed. Testing something out that I'm just kind of curious about, you know? Mostly to do, again, with defensive building, but it's something that I kind of thought about a couple of times, but I'm not 100% sure how to do. And so I'm going to give it a go out here as a little defensive tower for our main base whilst we chat. But ultimately, I did not want you to go there. Who said you could go there? There you go. Right. So the stuff that was mentioned in the community newsletter this week, I mean, it was kind of minimalist this week, just because they seem to be working on trying to get a lot of the stuff together to put out. As said, they've got about 3 weeks left on their golden build. So them putting that together is no doubt taking priority for them, more so than anything else at the moment, which is completely understandable. But they mentioned some of the bits and pieces for the Archon system and the which is the remote control system for server admins, as well as fixing bugs to do with decay on servers, so that stuff that you've attached to walls, trophies, and the like will decay quite happily on servers when buildings start to decay. You know, that was one of those things that we came across when we went and actually took a look at the servers for ourselves, wasn't it? When I did that one video where we went and just joined a server randomly to go and take a look at how stable it was and what was going on. First off, at the time, it wasn't particularly stable, so, hopefully that will be improved over time as well. Hopefully everything will be... Oh. Do I have any more? No, I don't. Alright. But, yeah, hopefully... We'll I didn't want just one. There we go. Hopefully we'll see an improvement in the stability and stuff as we go as well. So, there's that. But the one thing from the community letter that I'm kind of happy about, kind of looking forward to, were some of the new animations and things that they mentioned in regards to creatures. Because let me just... Whoa, I just jumped off, didn't I? Yep. And my arms fell off. That's quite impressive. Whilst I'm lying there dead for a moment, let's just bring these up. So these are the new Panther and or some of the new Panther and Bat Demon animations, which look kind of awesome to me. I mean, they're talking about adding in more tells. They're adding in more telegraphing for creatures so that they can make them more challenging but still make them fair. So, apparently there are some from like the Rhino with its charge, and we saw in a couple of, I think it was like a dev stream and a bit ago, how kind of dramatic I think it's the mammoth. Yeah, it was the mammoth stomp was overall. So we've seen how impressive some of this stuff can be already. But these two, like I said to you guys before, if I had the opportunity to get hold of a Panther, then I would have done. I would have done so quickly, so much, so fast. Panther would have been my best friend for the rest of time, because it's a big cat, and I love me some. I always. I don't have any weapons. Leave me alone. Are you quite done? Do you know what? Fuck you. Nope, maybe not then. Please give up. How are you not dead already? Like, I'm fairly certain my strength attribute is still fairly considerable. Like, I got a lot of strength and a lot of health. Although that was quite painful in and of itself. But he took an age to die. Maybe because he was in the wall. I don't know. But I shouldn't have dived off like that. Anyway, back to the point at hand. The animations for the critters here look absolutely excellent. You know, and I'm it's a shame that we're not going to be able to get them as pets. At least at launch. Hopefully, that's something, considering that they've already got the system for thralls and things, we can only hope that, you know, potentially we get the ability to kind of tame pets at some point in the future. You know, because surely it's not going to be, and this is my somewhat maybe uninformed opinion on this before I start saying otherwise. But I would have thought that if you've already got the in-game infrastructure for turning open world NPCs into kind of friendly NPCs, you know, changing their alignment, resetting them so that they can be your your best friends, as it were. You know, then you would think maybe that it would be reasonably doable to kind of set up pets in the same way or in a similar way. But again, I don't know the specifics of doing it. But you know, it's something that we can. Just going to do that for the time being. It's something we can maybe look forward to or be hopeful for. But you know, we'll have to wait and see in regards to that. But you know, I just wanted to show you guys these two little gifs here because they're just so cool. Like, especially I'm loving the panther there. Yeah, that little like taunt, that little aggressive action there. I really like that. It adds, and also the texture just looks great now. Where before it was just a matte black and it didn't have any eyes even really. Now it actually has a lot of detail to it, so I really quite like that. And the bat demon there having a little tantrum is kind of cool as well. But you know, I'm just in love with how good that panther looks now. But anyway, let's get back to doing stuff, right? So we need roof parts. Now would this be this would be the inverted roof, wouldn't it? Let's see if this works now to give us a platform up here that's kind of protected from, yeah. See, now this was one of the things that I've been kind of interested in, like a base that has a thing that has people climbing up like under the outside but gives a good kind of overview from the person sat up here. But the other thing is I don't have any fences either. Why do I not have fences? I always need to have fences. Okay, so now we've got fences as well, because I was interested in this kind of idea, just because it's something that you see in actual structures, but it's I don't know, it seems odd just because you've got the exposed wooden underside of the roofing kind of exposed to whoever's below. It seems a little counterintuitive, or at least it does to me, just because it's a case of going, okay, well, we've got this structure that'll be here as a defensive tower. So now we've got, in fact, can we? Yeah, because then we can put a little platform around this edge here for the actual archers, troops, whoever that are up here. But whoever's at the bottom is going to have a real difficult time of getting up here. Because, you know, this is the kind of structure, considering we've got the Purge now coming. But it's going to be raiding parties and, like, groups of animals coming for you and stuff like that. It's not as it doesn't seem as potentially harmful in the sense that it's going to require a huge wall like that over there. But in regards to having some towers with archer thralls on, just to, you know, that have no door, no entryway or anything like that. Once you've set it up, you can just leave it and go. You know, it seems like this would be a worthwhile kind of structure. Now I'm going to have to, I'm probably going to build down inside to an extent anyway, just in case anyone decides to come and attack this place. Hold on, let's ditch that. Right, so we got what, 2 there? Yeah, but we need actual stairs. Because again, we now know that the Purge is coming because they've told us. You know, in which case all of Seb's dreams are coming true. But I'm now kind of considering the kind of, okay, so now that we know it's coming, now what? Because we've got this I shouldn't have done that, should I? No. Now that we've got this as a thing that has been confirmed, that is on its way, then I don't know, it seems to me as if we've got some kind of interesting stuff that we need to look into, mostly in regards to how are we going to defend our bases, how are we going to defend our stuff from NPCs that might act really weirdly. That's the thing that keeps jumping into my head. You know, we've got the NPCs that at times aren't too smart, at times they break, but they have this capacity to kind of do what they want because they're part of the game. You know, where with a human player, you've got this there we go. You've got this certainty that they have to follow the same rules that you do. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. If they're playing the same game, unless they're maybe an admin so that they can decide what they want when they want, then everyone has to play by the same rules. And as a result of that, you know what you're dealing with when you're faced with someone. Yeah, especially as they improve things like the telegraphing and whatever as well, so that we can tell more about what people are fighting, what we're fighting on another player. So like knowing that, and this is something that they've talked about a fair amount, but knowing that they've got X type of body paint, X type of war paint on them, X type of armor, X type of weapon. You know, it allows us to make informed decisions about how we want to fight that person. And that's something that I really like. It's something that always stands out to me in games as being incredibly useful. And it's you know, great to see these guys spending the time to do that. Right, okay, let's just hop down here, because I've not got unlimited sprint on. So we're gonna be on the path down here, so assuming that this is where the enemies are going to be coming from. In fact, what I'm going to do is turn cloak on just for the moment, just so that we don't have another wolf coming to get us. But let's take a look at my attribute spread at the moment. So here's our stamina pool. Our stamina pool at the moment is sat at 20. So we've got a reasonable amount of stamina behind us. And so on. But let's take a look at our inventory a second. Our armor weight counts as heavy, which I think is more to do with my helmet than this stuff, because I think, yeah, this counts as medium, only the helmet counts as heavy. But it's tipped us over into heavy now. So hold on, let's jump out. What's my... yeah, so I'm no longer doing the roll that I was before, when it counted me as being mostly medium. I'm doing the little hop that comes with heavy armor, just because of the helmet. So that's interesting. That is particularly interesting. Even with the armor tiering and stuff that they've talked about more recently, where they're going to be making sure that the looks of armor aren't attached to specific kind of stat changes. So there is a progression, but it isn't a progression that affects your style unless you want it to. So okay, I've got 20 points of stamina, none too shabby, and I've almost run out of stamina by the time I get to here. Assuming that thralls also have stamina and can climb, which is possible. It's just we'll have to see how that pans out, considering that the AI that we're still fighting against in the game at the moment is substantially out of date according to Funcom. So we'll have to see how that all pans out. But here I'm safe, because even though they've got a good overlook, they can't get me here. But trying to attack like this tier of stuff is going to be difficult unless they're able to bring explosives with them. But then trying to get up the side here, again, like this is nearly the same height as the rock that it's built on. So as we climb, like I'm at 3/4 stamina gone. So to get to the edge here, hold on, let me move my face so you can see the stamina there. There you go. So to get to this point, we've used almost all of our stamina just climbing up the tower. So whether whatever we intend to do from here, we're not going to be in any real fit state for a fight regardless. But then, oh no, go up. But then, yeah. So we can get up there, but we can't climb over the edge anyway, thanks to the fences. So like there's a part of me again still that's like, yes, but look at this roof. It's the wood being on the outside is surely that's exposing. The thing is, I'm fairly certain it's just got hit points. So as long as it doesn't have a side preference as to which side can be destroyed more easily, which side has a lower damage reduction. Maybe that's the video I should do. I should attack walls from different sides, see what happens. That'll be the next video I do. Unless the combat system comes in which case I'll build an arena and we'll go and fight there. But like again, you can see that like the majority of my stamina has disappeared. But then even if I manage to get to the top there, I take damage, and then I run out of stamina, and I keep running out of stamina, and we get down to the bottom only safely because I was able to cling to the rock, which is something that AI might not be able to do. And again, maybe I'm being hopeful for the AI, but part of me is like, climbing's just another form of movement. You know, I'm sure that there is some capacity for giving thralls the capacity to climb. Whether or not they will have it or not is a different matter, I suppose. But again, we've got seemingly a really big update on the way. We've got 2 new biomes. We've got all kinds of new armors and equipment and stuff like that. We've got the entirety of the combat changes. So we've got the new way the recipes and things will be organized. We've got the new way that stats can be sorted out. We've got the new way that various equipment will work for us. And then on top of that, we've got the really interesting thing of these new attribute feat things, perks, that we will have to see how they work, what they are, how they work, how we can make best use of them, and also arguably if the ones that they've said are the most powerful are actually the most powerful. Because there's a thing in games that always springs into my head, and that's that sometimes the devs value the things that aren't as useful as they think they are. Hit points are usually incredibly valued by developers as a thing that, oh, well, if you've invested in hit points, keeping yourself alive by just having more leeway on absorbing the damage, yeah, that's helpful, right? That's quite powerful. And it's like, no, because if you've got, if you think your way around it, if you've got ways to manage a low health, then you're sorted, you're fine, you don't have an issue at all. And so I'm interested to see how well Funcom do in this particular instance with these perks. Whether or not the perks will be, yes, well, this is actually really kind of very easy to get hold of, very, very easy to work with, it's all well and good, it's fine. Or if it'll be more of a case of, well, actually, they valued a whole load of stuff that we won't be using. And so maybe it's going to be a case of some of the stuff that they put in, some of the stuff that they've considered valuable just isn't. And we don't see much use of them. We'll have to go through those at the same time as we go through the combat stuff, I think. Or around the same time anyway. I want to run all the experiments on it. I want to check it all out and see how it all works. But, we'll have to see. Anyway, guys, I know this has been more of a kind of just chatting, rambling video, but, I wanted to show off those GIFs for those, those little animations of what we've got to look forward to in regards to how the creatures are going to act and how they're going to show us how they're feeling, as it were. And with those come resting animations and other things like that as well. They're making the world feel a lot less plastic from what they've shown us. Yeah, and what I mean by that is at the moment, it's like these guys over here, they grunt and they groan and they push and they heave and, the thing turns around and whatever else. But it's almost just like watching a little mechanical toy go. Yeah? You go out into the world and look at the Darfari in their cannibal kind of sanctuary, and they just don't seem to have much life to them. There are a few of them just sat around, there are a few talking, and there are a few doing other stuff, but there's not much else to them. You go out into just out there, even when we were down there, the wolves are just stood in one place or walking back and forth. they're not resting, they're not eating, they're not, you know, having a normal time of things. So, you know, it's stuff that I'm looking forward to, because I know that there's the whole, some people like immersion and some people don't care in their games, but I'm kind of sat in the middle. There's a decent suspension of disbelief that has to be held with a lot of these games, but immersion doesn't always rely on reality. It can rely purely on how engaged you feel, how easy it is just to slip away into the game, which includes having an interesting moment-to-moment environment to walk past. So, you know, I'm interested to see how it all comes together with all the creatures, including all the humanoids. You know, I'm hoping that they haven't just gone, yep, okay, the AI is done on them, but otherwise they had a lot of stuff anyway that's just the player emotes and things that have been reworked. And then everything else, we're just working on the creatures. I hope that the humanoids have been given a little bit of love as well, just to have some more kind of stuff to do. And obviously we've got more emotes coming for, like, offering prayer to Daketto is no doubt going to be one of them. But also, you know, we came up into the frozen north and there weren't as many emotes up here. There weren't as many other bits and pieces up here, and obviously I've not gone around hunting down all the lore of this game yet, considering half of the things that I have gone and taken a look at have either had no text in or whatever else, and, you know, there should be more context to it with the story, I feel. So, you know, we'll look into that at some point, but at the moment it's a case of going, we've got some cool stuff coming, and it's going to be a big update, and in theory there's going to be so much useful stuff in there for us to take a look at. I just really can't wait. I'm really hoping that they lump a whole load of stuff together for the gold build of the game, and we just get this really big release in like a month or two at the very most, to just give us all this new stuff all in one go, to just filter through, just to pick through and find all the interesting stuff. That's what I'm hoping for. But anyway, guys, again, thanks for joining me for this little rambly video where I was testing stuff out and talking to you guys. But otherwise, yeah, let me know what you're looking forward to. What is your favourite creature in the game? You know, because as said, mine is very much probably either the panther or the saber-tooth, kind of the Smilodon type creature that's out there. The ones that I would have had as pets if I had the opportunity to have them as pets, which, you know, I'm hoping will come in post-launch. But, you know, let me know what you would have had as a pet. Let me know what you think of those new animations that we've seen. And otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.